Charles Oliveira's really good, man. Really good. For him to starch him like that with essentially one punch it's extraordinary.
But with me coming up, he was like, I don't have to take this risk. I'm gonna move up to the 170. I'm gonna try to get another belt, and that's all, because he knows that I'm dangerous. He knows that I'm gonna put him to sleep. Even Khabib. The only reason they don't want me to fight against him, because they know that.
What's up, fight fans, and welcome back. In the world of mixed martial arts, some rivalries are built on respect while others are forged in pure fire. The animosity between Ilia Topuria and Islam Makhachev has officially reached a fever pitch, with the tension growing more intense with each passing day. It all started with bold callouts, but as Ilia himself has made clear, he believes the current lightweight king had his reasons for moving up a division.
Second round. I think in the division, stylistically, I honestly see Islam just like dominating all these guys. Obviously, Justin always has that knockout chance. He always has that power. And then Arman, that first fight was so good, so close.
The airport clash occurred less than a day after another clip surfaced. This one from a private stream with the Nelk boys. In the video, Topuria is seen striking 3 different men. The confrontation began after the men, who had stated Islam was their favorite fighter, made a joke comparing Makhachev to his mentor, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Ilia calmly asked them to repeat the comment before he stood up and began throwing punches. The first shot landed flush, the second man was dropped while trying to defend himself, and the third was caught on the jaw as he tried to back away. The Nelk crew promptly ended the live stream and later apologized, claiming they were blindsided by Ilia's aggressive reaction.
That was light. Come on, you're good.
I'm like scared to hit him because I know he's gonna hit him better.
Since that video went public, the fallout has been swift and loud. While Islam Makhachev has yet to make an official personal statement, his camp has certainly made their feelings known. His training partner, Zubaira Tukugov, posted a pointed message on Instagram.
You have 2 guys that are stars in the same area. It's Anderson Silva, George St. Pierre all over again. You would have won George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva. That debate still goes on. I look at that fight and I say Islam, but Ilia's the one that pushed for the fight. When we look back at this situation, the fact that Ilia entered the division, gave his belt up, tried to get the fight, I think it's going to create a real problem in the future when you're debating these two. And we got a source saying the same time that Islam knew he was going to go to 170 but didn't say anything.
At the center of this storm remains the potential for a super fight between the 2 champions. The idea gained serious traction after Ilia's dominant showing during International Fight Week. UFC President Dana White, speaking on the Full Send podcast, stated that if Makhachev successfully moves up and captures the welterweight title, a massive champion versus champion fight with Topuria would be next.
Massive fight would be Ilia versus Islam too. Well, the other thing is that Islam moves up, and obviously if Islam won the title, you know, you immediately have a super fight with him and Ilia, so.
The Nelk boys haven't escaped the situation without facing criticism. Their close relationship with Islam Makhachev is widely known. Members of their crew traveled to Dagestan ahead of UFC 284, filming videos where they trained with Islam and openly declared him their favorite fighter. This established history is what made it so controversial when they invited Topuria onto a live stream and then attempted to joke about Islam's dominance right to his face. When things turned violent, Joe Rogan's reaction was direct. He explained that Topuria is not the kind of fighter you can provoke without expecting a real response.
This was meant to be Islam, that was the big talk, but he moved up to welterweight. Do you believe he moved up to welterweight to avoid you, or because he has his own goals?
Because he has his own goals. This is what I think.
Do you still think that's a fight that should happen? You guys are both forging legacies in different weight divisions. Do you think that's a massive fight that should happen?
We'll see how he does in the welterweight division. If he wins the title, I win the title in the lightweight division. Maybe I move up or he comes down to the lightweight division and we have the fight that everyone wants to see.
And Topuria has had words for other rivals as well, specifically Arman Tsarukyan, who has called him out numerous times. On that same podcast with the Nelk boys, Topuria made it clear he doesn't see Tsarukyan as a relevant name in the conversation.
I can't see Ilia fighting Islam. He's only defended the belt once, and he's not that big of a star to just jump. He's not McGregor, you know what I mean? To just jump right up and fight for the other belt.
For now, it seems Topuria is not concerned with any other contender. His attention is locked on Islam, and his camp appears to be gearing up for that one specific direction. On the other side, Makhachev's team is staying quiet about whether they'll pursue the Superfight or defend the lightweight title again. Dana White has remained non-committal, acknowledging the hype but not confirming any plans.
Is there any headway on Islam, Makhachev, and Jack Della Maddalena if that title fight's going to get booked soon?
I'll let you know when we get it done.
And just kind of piggybacking off that, obviously with Ilia's win, you know, everyone's really excited to potentially see a future fight with him and Islam. I know that's the fight that people wanted. Ilia said earlier this week that if Islam loses that fight, he wouldn't give the opportunity for Islam to fight for his belt again. Is that something you'd bypass? Because that seems like such a big fight to make.
I mean, this is all talk.
Speculative.
You know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
But I imagine that's a fight you guys would want to make at some point. I mean, just the magnitude of it.
Amidst all the speculation, one of the most respected figures in the sport, Khabib Nurmagomedov, has offered his analysis. Speaking on The Hustle Show, Khabib delivered a surprising take that caught many off guard. He did not name Ilia Topuria as the biggest threat to Islam. Instead, he pointed to welterweight contender Jack Della Maddalena as the most significant challenge of Islam's entire career.
Ilia Topuria. He said, you know what? I want to go up to 155 pounds, fight the #1 contender, and then if he wins that, then he fights Islam. I think that's good, brother. I think he deserves.
I think if he move up and he beat somebody like Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira, he's next. Why not? Because there is nobody.
So you don't think right now Ilia deserves a shot at 155 pounds?
Without fighting in 155? Without? No, I don't agree. Because Islam already give chance, and people talk bad about like, oh, he fight 2 times with Volkanovski, but...
He gave several reasons for this assessment, beginning with the sheer size difference. According to Khabib, Maddalena is significantly larger than Ilia, with a bigger frame, more weight, and a longer reach. In terms of skills, Khabib praised Maddalena's boxing as being on par with Topuria's and suggested that his grappling and scrambling abilities are severely underrated. From Khabib's perspective, this isn't about emotion or narrative. It's a cold, calculated look at risk management. And in his eyes, Maddalena is simply the more dangerous fight for Islam.
That's a different level of fighters.
You think so? Wow.
You can't compare Ilia versus Islam.
Really? I have Ilia #1 pound for pound now.
Yes, because Islam not champion anymore right now.
Islam versus Topuria. I think I'm backing Islam, innit? I'm still gonna back Islam. Like I said, we've seen glimpses of his grappling. We haven't seen his grappling against anyone as good as Islam. Like, don't forget, Islam subbed Oliveira, so there is levels. Yeah, what his abilities are. So I'd say, yeah, on the feet, Ilia will be problems for Islam because he cracks, innit?
Islam is not the best.
Dustin Poirier also offered his perspective on the potential Topuria versus Makhachev bout. During a media appearance, Poirier, who admits he's a fan of Ilia, expressed skepticism about the matchup, primarily due to the size disparity.
Who should he be fighting next? Ilia Topuria, or should he get the rematch with Charles Oliveira?
Man, that's tough to say. Who's next in line right now for him? Do you know?
Could be Oliveira, could be Topuria if he goes up.
Yeah, but there's still guys, I think, at 45 for Topuria to fight. And I've never seen Topuria in person, but if he can make 145, dude, Islam's a big guy.
Big guy.
I think he's going to be a lot bigger than Topuria. But that being said, Topuria is an assassin, and I believe he can knock out anybody from 145 pounds to 170 pounds.
You think Islam could become the...
Poirier emphasized that while Ilia could knock out anyone on any given night, that doesn't erase the major questions about how he'd handle the size and control of Makhachev. He suggested that Topuria should probably focus on defending his own title a few times before serious discussions of a super fight at welterweight should begin.
That's what a champion essentially is supposed to look like. Make the calls, go out there, deliver on the calls, then all of a sudden vacates the title. I mean, how do you feel? Because you said earlier, like, you were looking at him and going, there's holes here.
I think it's good for the sport, to be honest with you. I mean, him and Islam, I mean, people really want to see that. Everybody has their own style, and it seems like his style is just doing what he did. Honestly, I believe Islam is just a little too much for him, but I'm also a fan, you know, so I would have loved to see that.
So, who do you think wins this elite war? Does Ilia Topuria's knockout power trump Islam? Makhachev's suffocating grappling? Let me know your prediction in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on this explosive rivalry, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.